As a mother, I wanted both of my daughters to have the same opportunities and to live their lives as successfully as possible.
The Friedmans became specifically very interested. It was their lifelong dream, particularly Mrs. Friedman, to see a post-secondary education program started, a college program started here at UCLA for young adults with developmental challenges. We wanted to find the best home. Where could that pathway best sit that would provide the kind of community university interface? By coming to Extension, we had the perfect place. Aptly, the first group of pathway students were called the Pathway Pioneers, and I think that was a great term that was coined for them because they are our first group.
We're really looking for students that are highly motivated, that really want to continue their education, that they're interested in learning to be more independent and learning those life skills, and also the work piece, to live independently. You got to be able to support yourself. So getting experience in jobs in the community is all part of the package.
That's what this program's about. She had good employment down in San Diego, but it was a job, not a career. And we're hoping that with a vocational training next year that we can find a career piece that she'll be able to take back home with her and just truly be a productive person of society.
It's akin to what millions of other young people the same age are doing, going to college, because it marks a real transition from childhood into adulthood, and that's really what we want students to get.
A student at Pathway gets as much out of the program here as any student who goes away to college. There are classes, of course, and there's learning, but more important, they learn how to live in the community as independent adults.
Moving her up here was hard. It was really hard getting on the freeway and driving home without her. But it was, I know right now she's in the best place she could be.
So students are getting a lot of support. I mean, it's a high-touch program that they are getting a lot of individualized attention. So the students do get to interact very much with their instructors, ask a lot of questions, and get a lot of individualized support. We are really fortunate to have a fantastic group of instructors that bring a wide range of skills and knowledge to our students. We want them to have high expectations of our students, and we want them to combine that with their knowledge and their enthusiasm for their subject to really bring the students along. And I hear every day from the students about how much they like the instructors, and I think they really do form a good bond. I mean, our classes are small, so there's a lot of interaction between the instructors. There are tons of social and recreational, cultural activities on and around the UCLA campus that students can really join into, and that is happening, and we see that happen all the time. But within that, our students have kind of their own community of friends that they develop, which is what happens with people in a college setting. And often you meet the people that you're going to know for the rest of your life, and that leads to connections for jobs and other things that those relationships last a lifetime.
I made a lot of friends. Their names are Katie, Lauren, Brandon, Joey, Mindad, Jasmine, Savon, and Kate.
By going here, they've had a taste of independence. They've had to learn how to manage everything from getting to class on time, to doing their homework, to figuring out where they're going to have their meals, who they're going to hang out with, what they're going to do on weekends, in a way that you just can't do under the watchful eyes of your parents 24/7.
And that was my big accomplishment.
Students have really stepped up. They struggled a little bit, but midway through the year, they really saw, hey, this is, I really need to step up and do work hard to do this. It's not just all about fun, and I think we've really seen that with the students.
There are very, very few opportunities nationally for students to go to college, and why? I mean, why shouldn't this be a possibility for all young people in the same way that it's available for the typical youth? Why shouldn't youth have the same opportunities to advance in employment, in independent living, in choice, the same way other students do? Or importantly, why shouldn't students be given that wedge of time to grow up as other students who are transitioning from adolescence to adulthood get in terms of going to college?
Students coming out of the K-12 system have high expectations. They want quality education. They want to learn things that will lead to independence and lead to a good career. And we're going to see a lot of those students knocking on our door. We'll be adding additional students. We may be adding an additional year into the program, providing some kind of transitional support to students. We'll become less of a program and more of kind of something in the background where students with intellectual and developmental disabilities are participating in campus life and they receive the support that they need, but it's not identified as the Pathway program, or they're not identified as Pathway students, but they're identified as students. And I think that's really where this movement is going to go.
I'm thrilled with how it's going. I think the students are thriving. I've watched a tremendous maturity. I think all of the students have grown and benefited from the classes and interactions that they're having here on campus. It's like a dream come true. I think that Hal and Marj's vision of how the program should unfold is a reality. And I'm very, very pleased to see where the direction it's going.